I don't even know where to start. I think it's going to be Josh proposing to Amanda, Evan proposing to Carly, and Grant proposing to Lace. Now, out of the three, I have optimistic hopes for Josh and Amanda. Gossip is one of the biggest evils in this world. In the Bible, it's talked about as murder. The analogy is taking a pillow, tearing it open, letting the feathers fly all over the place, and then trying to put it back together. The damage that Andy Dorfman has done by publishing a book is horrible. I still can't believe I heard Claire and Emma talking about that he shouldn't have been allowed on the show. Are you kidding me? Somebody accuses you of doing something and now you should be punished for it? Until you can charge Josh, you don't get to destroy his life. I'm sure this has happened to everybody. I know it's happened to me, where there were people who were jealous or felt threatened and decided to lie about it. But not just lie, take some things that were the truth and mix it with the lies. I remember seeing Andy and Josh, it must have been The Bachelor, with Chris Soules. I think it was after the final rose. And I saw them standing outside. I was watching this with my daughter. I said something, I forgot all about it, and later when they broke up, she said to me, "Don't you remember when we saw them walking outside talking to someone? You said something to me." I sensed they were fighting or bickering, and it wasn't good. Yeah, Josh could have said things that were mean, but it also makes sense that it could be taken out of context and put in the book. Andy's a prosecutor, isn't she? Doesn't she do that for a living? Isn't she the assistant to a district attorney? I have a really hard time believing that Andy didn't have anything bad that she did. People were always, hopefully, always evolving. We're all working on ourselves. Hopefully, we're all trying to become better people. So imagine Josh, he's this young guy, right? He's in his 20s or 30s, and he had a bad relationship. I just think it's a sleazy thing to do, to write a book about somebody and just destroy their reputations. I wouldn't read the book because I don't want to engage in gossip. Having said that, one of the things I really admired about Josh on the show was that he said, "I don't talk behind anyone's back." And Amanda genuinely seems very happy with Josh. I was looking for signs of her being anxious, trying to please him all the time. I didn't see that at all, especially when she went to bed. She was really tired. He was pissed off about it. She let him be pissed off about it and she went to sleep. It wasn't somebody who ran out of bed and said, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" It seems like she's holding her own and he's working really hard to be the best person he can for her. As far as him showing a temper because he got angry because the twins were trying to mess up his relationship, yeah, I think most people would show a temper when somebody was trying to mess their lives up for not even the first time. On to Lace and Grant. I think Grant will propose. I kind of think Lace will say yes, and I also think that it will be a mess. I like Lace, but Lace has really bad relationship skills right now. Lace is equating safety in a relationship and familiarity with being able to just say whatever you feel and basically verbally abuse the other person. That's not what a good relationship is about. A good relationship is not about speaking your mind all the time. It's about a conscious effort to show love and respect despite how familiar you get. Grant has designated himself the one to be in a relationship with a complicated woman, and when she does something that is really unacceptable and he does something acceptable, like walk away, she turns it around and gets him to apologize for walking away. But in fact, she set the whole thing in motion. The fact that she flirts with other men to make little joking threats about whether or not he's going to get the rose, and then what came out in the fight, something about rethinking this relationship, those are signs right there of a huge crack in the relationship. Once someone has their finger on the red button of their relationship, Once somebody starts holding their relationship at stake, that's the end of it. They just planted a button. They planted a seed that is not going to go away, and it's going to come up over and over again. And that person is telling you that they may end the relationship. Now it's no longer a safe place, no matter what you do. So she's kind of messed that up already. Additionally, when we see Grant going to her to try to talk about it, and she says, "Why are you bugging me?" And I think later she says something like, "Get out of my face," or "Go away." This is really immature baby stuff. And I understand where it's coming from. It's coming from her being afraid that she doesn't deserve love, that she's hitting that happiness limit. And once she hits that happiness limit, she feels like something's wrong and she feels anxious or something. Like, I get that. We all have that. However, it does not excuse disrespecting her partner. I've got to mention the fact that she's not said "I love you" back. To me, that's just really stingy. Evan and Carly, I did a whole video on them, so you know where I stand with them. Having said that, I think that he will propose, and I think she will say yes. I'm a little scared for Nick because on the promo for the next week, it looks like he's actually going to propose to Jen. And from what I've seen, it seems that it's way too early. We will see what happens.